Alright, we are back. Hello everyone, hello. We just finished off the 2.0 patch story of Realm Reborn. We're now heading into 2.1. I don't have any side quests to do right now. Ninja's not a high enough level, and I don't really feel like unlocking Thaumaturge at the moment. So, I will take a moment here though to discuss something. So, I kept talking about La Habrea and the symbol that appears over his face when he goes like that and creates his mask. Hey, Morgan. Good morning after your 3-year slumber. So, fans of Final Fantasy XII might actually recognize the name La Habrea. Now, if you've dug into the lore of FF12, you'll know that there are 12 Espers who defied the gods and got shackled within Orosite, and those were the like Belias, the Gigas, Adramweth, the Wroth, Q Lane, the Impure. But what the game doesn't really mention much, though it is in the lore book and within the game, if you dig into it, there are also 12 Scions of Light that were the counterpart to each Esper in the game. La Habrea was one of those. Let me get his full name. FF12 Scions of Light. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, so La Habrea was the Scion of Light, known as the Abyssal Celebrant. His counterpart was Mattias the Corrupt, which, if you guys remember, you fight Mattias the Corrupt in the Still Shrine of Miriam in FF12. The symbol he puts over his face, though, in this, La Habrea, that red mask that he puts on, is actually the symbol of Mattias the Corrupt from 12. And all the Ascians that you run into that can do that mask, they all represent one of the Espers from FF12. Last you saw, you were Brum Moment? Well, welcome back, Brum Moment. It's been a while since we've seen you. We just finished the main story of 2.0, and we're working into patch 2.1 now. These shouldn't take too long to get through. It'll be a while, but the Archons have conducted a preliminary investigation into the origin of the roar that rang out during the celebration. Their findings are strongly suggest that a new primal has appeared. The roar originated a distinctive wave pattern in the ether, a pattern observed only once before in history. 5 years ago, to be precise. I should like to think it mere coincidence, yet we cannot discount the possibility. Well, I trust I need to say no more. At great sacrifice, we have delivered Eorzea from the threat posed by the Empire and the Primals, and thereby secured peace. We cannot well allow the realm to be plunged into chaos once more. You have given all for your cause, risking life and limb on I know not how many occasions, yet our struggle continues, and we need you now no less than before. Please continue to stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm, of this very star. Alright, so we're going to get Armor Identification Key and a Citation. So that roar was actually the lead into the first raid they released, the Binding Coils of Bahamut. You can now fly while mounted in Lanasia, Thanalan, the Black Shroud, Korthus, Central Highlands, and Mordona. To take flight, simply jump while mounted. Sick. We will be doing that raid, possibly. That's one raid I might not do, because that one does require me to have a few people on deck to help me out with it. Just because some of the mechanics in at least one of the fights, I don't know how to do it solo. And also, this Miro is not strong enough to do it solo. Alright, so this is going to give us a ring. The price of principles. Miro, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Miro. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this morning. Thank you, my lady. Tataru's coy little wave at Miro. Ever since we defeated Gaius von Balsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to gauge us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the Syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Anyway, bro, moment, how you doing? What you been up to? Oh, this quest she has here. What's it called? Recurring problem. I don't know that. Recurring... Okay, we're gonna need this quest eventually, so I'll just pick it up now. I know you have scarce had a chance to rest, but I'm afraid there's work for you to do. The ultimate weapon's destruction, 'twould seem, has served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call down their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Ixal, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites, and that is but the half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something? Ahem. Basically, this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The Beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of Ultima Weapon's maiden appearance. You remember that at the time, it devoured 3 primals in one sitting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential risk. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take on any meaningful measures. After the deliberations, the leaders concluded that they must needs turn to us once more. To thee. The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona did not appear to bear a connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you undertake this mission, Miro? You have my thanks. I truly did not know what we would do without you. Go ahead, Thancred. Ahem. With circumstances as they were, I haven't had the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life, Miro. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. I wanted to be stronger, that I might do right by my fellow scions. But instead, I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties again soon. Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings starting to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Arianje has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. Okay, so this is something we're going to have to do before the end of A Realm Reborn. Pros patches. I'm not going to focus too much on it right now, but we are going to have to do it. It is listed as a side quest, but it's weird when they do that, but it is also part of the main story as far as I know. Unless they change that. Hey there, Ishtola, what do you got to say? Recall you are meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Lamenson sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said under Malviv that her people had broken their treaty with the Kobolds and that the Beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Olimsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Lamensons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what we do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief among the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Miro. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalimo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles, neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now and have done with it. I'm sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Alright, Arianje. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beastmen, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Amalja, who have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade Thancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to rise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. Alright, well, we'll talk to Thancred since he's here. If Ifrit bleeds, we can kill it. Alright, so this is one of the quests that we're gonna have to do eventually. Confirmation just arrived from the Immortal Flames. 'Tis as Arianje said, I fear. The Amalja have already summoned Ifrit. A confrontation with the Lord of Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of the Baldestian insist that I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that the recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun, for everybody's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that could be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Minfilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You'll want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend. Now, we don't have time to do that, so we're not going to worry about it. Gotta speak with Alpha now. The situation is not wholly unexpected. I do have much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Miro. Alphino, Miro, is Autumnis? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the silence of the seventh dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within the Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetheryte? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years, but I truly believe this is the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose for which you first moved us to found the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphino. I am sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no. I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Alright, we're gonna get a ring. Hurrah! A dark light band of thunder. So, we're at a crossroads here, and that we might have to leave our nation behind. Leave Ul'dah behind. They're gonna give us another ring here, which unfortunately is not that great. But we may just have to take the aiming one. Leave Ul'dah and become what? Oh, Miro, pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Well, no, Revenant Toll's a pretty cool area too, so it's not like they'd be in an area that sucks. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adopted mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamin was her name, and though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'dah, she was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia too struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flemin's absence stretched for months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flemin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliad, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress description has been seen as of late in the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we would succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lanassia at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gegaruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Victor, would you date Master Gegaruju? It has certain perks. He's rich. He lives in Costa del Sol. So you know it's he's rich. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, Memikoti Muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane, I mean, Miro, what brings you to my humble resort? Flamin, you mean to tell me the goddess of the made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Ye gods, woman, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think she now plies her trade for the riffraff off to the west, or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy, I say. A tragedy. West, is it? Thank you, Master Gegaruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places where she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would appreciate if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. Alright, let's teleport to Wineport. Oh, I'm gonna fart. Well, if it isn't Miro, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her performance was so ghastly I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with the tastings, you understand. If she's your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Interesting. Apparently, Flamin stinks. Hey, you want to know if I've seen a Makoti lass by the name of Flamin? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Excepting yourself, of course. This man just tried to flirt with Miro. Oh, by the way, we didn't use this. Hang on. Armor identification key. A thin rectangular piece of what appears to be cermet. Placing it near your suit of Magitech armor will magically bring the machine to life. Reminds me, we now have a new mount in the Magitech armor. Where the fuck is it? There it is. A suit of Garlean developed Reaper class Magitech battle armor had its original control systems purged and replaced with a new modified core built by Sid of the Garlean Ironworks. Now that we can use this, it's actually interesting. This is one of the mounts in the game. Oh, they don't let you just do it. You have to do a quest to unlock it, I think. But you can actually do something to allow yourself to be able to shoot energy rays and bullets with it. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be just unlocked, and they don't do anything. They're just purely cosmetic. But look, we can fly now, guys. I see you have had many grand adventures since we last spoke, Miro. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said it much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her, follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after following the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may find her there. Yeah. And the good thing is, our Chocobo buddy can fly. Look at this. Hey there, Flamin. Oh. A hoary google. Okay. Got him. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gubu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and Lemon, I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ul'dah, I presume? Minfilia, or should I say, Acilia, is looking for you. Acilia? You are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia, when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me. More than you will know. But tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lanasia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we have all that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? Well, we'll head back up there and we'll turn in this quest, but that'll probably be it for today. The good thing is, guys, our carbuncle can also fly. Now we jump through the air and listen to the splendid sounds of the carbuncle flying. Look at our furry, glowing friend. Hi, Mira. This is not at all how I envisioned it. I could scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. There we go. Okay, so we're level 52. That's a good end. Actually, I'll pick up this quest. We're gonna get a necklace for it, but we're not gonna finish it. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. Hey, can you stop that, please? I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Hey, cat. What are you doing? Okay, well, we're not going to do that right now. I'm going to teleport over to Mordona. That said, people on YouTube, thank you very much. This is going to be it for today's stream. I will see you Monday.